So you try to do a coup against American democracy. You can't catch feelings when someone calls you a fascist, because that's what fascists do. They don't believe in democracy. And Trump said after he lost, maybe we should terminate the Constitution. The brother lost an election in 2020. We all got eyes and ears. He went to court 61 times, lost, humiliated in every court case, including with judges he himself appointed, because he had zero evidence. He lost, and he tried to steal an election. He did it through the fake elector scheme. And the riot on January 6th was just a small part of the scheme. And the people who participated didn't even realize the rest of the scheme.
Talking of Trump's administration, there's been lots of comparisons to, comparing his tendencies to 1930s Europe, which is interesting for us Europeans. How do you see that comparison?
Yeah. So look, comparison to Nazis is too much. Nazis killed 13 million people, et cetera, et cetera. We all know.
Not necessarily Nazis also, but maybe like slightly fascist, or let's say the seeds of fascism, maybe in Italy as well, for example. Yeah.
And so that's what I'm getting to. Although, when I say Nazis is too much, and then both Elon Musk and Steve Bannon do Nazi salutes, and then they gaslight us. No, just because I snapped my boots and I did it twice, it was an accident, Elon says. Or, it accidentally looked identical to a Sieg Heil salute. Steve Bannon does it right after Elon Musk. Oh, did I just do one just like Elon's Sieg Heil? So I get it. So I know they think they're trolling likely, right? But I don't find trolling about being a Nazi to be funny or interesting. Okay, so but mainly it's what you're referring to, fascism, right? And so that's where we get into definitions. So have I used the word fascist to describe Trump and his cohorts before? Yes. And why did I do that? So when I do that, the right wing gets so into their feelings. Like they're just like, they collapse in on a feeling, cyclone. They're like, oh no, you can't call us. Like, look, guys, you called the left every name in the book. Now you're catching feelings over somebody calling you a name. Please. Okay, so let's have a realistic conversation about this. So why did I call them that in the past, and why am I concerned about that? Because the brother lost an election in 2020. We all got eyes and ears. He went to court 61 times, lost, humiliated in every court case, including with judges he himself appointed, because he had zero evidence. He lost, and he tried to steal an election. He did it through the fake elector scheme. And the riot on January 6th was just a small part of the scheme. And the people who participated didn't even realize the rest of the scheme. They were actually way less guilty than the people who planned it, Navarro, Eastman, Trump himself, et cetera. So you try to do a coup against American democracy. You can't catch feelings when someone calls you a fascist, because that's what fascists do. They don't believe in democracy. And Trump said after he lost, maybe we should terminate the Constitution. No, we should not terminate the Constitution because your fifis were hurt. Okay, no, we should keep the Constitution, and you should keep your fascist ass out of office. But unfortunately, the Democrats are so incompetent that they lost to Trump again, while at the same time telling all their voters, don't ever vote for anyone on the populist left. Don't ever vote for Bernie Sanders. Don't ever vote for anyone who will actually help you. Don't ever vote for anyone who actually believes and fights for democratic policies, because we, the Democratic leadership, are geniuses, and we know how to win. Well, does it look like you know how to win? Because you lost to a fascistic clown twice, not once, twice. They're the most incompetent politicians in the world.
Yeah, I think a lot of the kind of disagreement often comes from a kind of semantic point of view as well. People are disagreeing over what fascism means in the same way people might disagree what populist means. But to some extent, looking at Trump, there's definitely something there. And Ollie and I wanted to read you out a quote by Maya Angelou. When someone tells you who they are, believe them the first time.
Yeah.
What's your reaction to that sort of quote in relation to Trump?
Yeah, I literally talked about this with my family 2 days ago. I used to think that was the most overhyped quote. I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess, right? If someone tells you you're something, you believe them, right? And sometimes they say something hyperbolic and they don't really mean it, et cetera. But now I've grown to rather fond of that quote because partly because of the propaganda. And the reason why that quote is so popular is because somebody will tell you who they are, and then afterwards, when you just repeat it and you go, oh, he doesn't believe in the Constitution, he said to terminate the Constitution. Then they gaslight you and they say, no, you can't call someone overthrowing democracy a fascist. You can't say that someone who wanted to terminate the Constitution is an unconstitutional authoritarian. And then they'll come up with 1,000 excuses and 1,000 pieces of propaganda so that when you say just believe who they are, who they told you they were, they go, no, it's unfair. It's unfair to believe what they told you they were. Right. So, and by the way, if you're in the right wing and you caught feelings over the word fascist, who cares? Replace it with authoritarian. Does that make you feel better? Okay. All right. Then I hope it makes you feel better that they're authoritarian and not fascist in your mind, because this is all wordplay. I mean, I'm here to debate Israel. I mean, Israel is the biggest wordplay king, propaganda king of the world. You know, when the Palestinians kill someone, they're savage, dirty terrorists. When Israelis kill 100 times more children, 1,000 times more children, they're the most moral army in the world. And they were, human shields and collateral damage and propaganda. And not only believe who they say they are, but believe their actions. So when Israel murders 62,500 people, believe that they are terrorists because they didn't accidentally murder all those people. They did it on purpose.
You think $1 million affects a politician?
Well, not just the politician, anyone who's given that money, right?
Of course.
Right, so you've received that kind of money, and you tell people that they're naive when somebody receives $500,000 and that doesn't impact their interest.
The Supreme Court in America legalized bribery. Almost every politician is an idiot who can't strategize. Every Republican politician is a liar and a crook. If you don't have private health insurance, we just simply let you die.